Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, and I am pissed off. Can you guys hear the construction equipment out there? Let me know in the comment section if you can hear this shit. Because I can hear it in my damn headphones, and I am not happy about it. Because the realtor, when they sold us the place, oh no, they're not going to be building because there's a big empty area behind our house. Huge empty field. They even got a place back there where the kids can go ride their dirt bikes and shit. They got big hills and ramps and stuff. Oh, no. They're not going to build back there for 10 years. So I'm thinking, all right, 10 years, my daughter will be out of the house. My son, he'll be, turning into a young man. I'm not going to worry about that in 10 years. Yeah. Well, sounds to me like they're doing some shit out there right now, and it hasn't been no 10 years. But I see in the comment section, you guys can't hear it, so that's good. I guess it's my own problem to deal with. But I'm not happy about that shit. Bryant Lawson, you are the first one. You have popped that super chat cherry. You have broken through the financial hymen. You're kind of gentle. I've had gentler, but it wasn't too bad. Thank you for being kind, Bryant Lawson. Says, me and my dad went to see Bishop T.D. Jakes at the LA Convention Center in the 90s. First thing he did was take a collection with a minimum of $25. What? A $25 minimum? Were you there to see T.D. Jakes, or did you and your dad go to a nightclub? What do you mean a $25 minimum? That's what I'm saying. I was talking yesterday about that preacher, that flashy-ass, baller-ass preacher in New York who got robbed. Should he have been robbed? Hell no. And he's free to do what he wants. He even said himself, it's my prerogative to wear what I want to wear and buy what I want to buy. Yes, sir, it is. That's the beauty of this country. But I can also give my opinion on it. And I think preachers that celebrate material things, I think that flies in the face of being a preacher. I think, that's weird. I think you should be living a more humble lifestyle because you are a servant of God. You're there for the people. And how can you be flashier than Jesus? Somebody tell me that. You work for Jesus, but you're flashier than Jesus. The clothes, the jewelry, the cars. Makes no sense to me. But shout out to everybody in the comment section. Oh, I see you, Patricia. The Ferg, Paul, Mac Jr., DJ John T, Heidi Booth, Kai Johnson from the UK, Libby Ann. Oh yeah, I see all you mother flowers in here. I used to have a petty officer when I was in the Navy that I worked with, Petty Officer Lugo from the Bronx, New York, kid. And he used to say, if you scared, say you scared. But he's a very religious dude, and he didn't cuss, so he'd always say, you mother flowers. Hey, I'm talking to you mother flowers. Come over here. Yeah, all you mother flowers. Dude was hilarious. Puerto Rican dude from New York, from the Bronx. Hey, come in. Come in, all you mother flowers, come in. You know, fucking tell us that. Mother flowers. And every time it sounded like he was going to say the real thing, but every time. Mother flowers. Shout out to Petty Officer Lugo. I doubt, or I don't know if he's still in now, but I'm sure he's not a Petty Officer second class anymore. That was a long time ago, even if he is. But if you scared, say you scared, baby. You always tell us that shit. Mother flowers. Sean Tackett, what do you mean? What's wrong with my video quality? It's the same laptop I use every day. It must be on YouTube's end. I haven't changed anything. Sorry. Oh, yeah, Goontoon, I saw that Samantha Bee, her bullshit TV show, got canceled. You know that shit was on there only because she was towing that line. She ain't funny. What was that? I think it was Action Jackson. He was like, you wouldn't know something if it crawled up your ass and died there. So Samantha Bee wouldn't know funny if it crawled up her ass and died there. Love 80s action movies, people. Oh, man. Never forget going over to my buddy Bobby Hayes' house. Bobby Hayes is one of those kids who would talk crazy to his parents, mostly his stepdad, Bill. He would cuss Bill's ass out. So I knew that was a perfect house to go to watch whatever we wanted. And the day that Predator premiered on Showtime, HBO, something, but that shit, we were talking about it and thinking about it all day long. We kept going inside the house to check what time it was to see when it came on. 5:30. Never forget that shit. Seeing Predator for the first time. That was the shit. You son of a bitch. Love it. This live stream is brought to you by My Patriot Supply. Friends, American farmers recently warned about the coming food shortages. They're not going to be able to grow enough food this year because of an off-the-charts fertilizer shortage. That means you need to stockpile emergency food if you don't have some already. Yet we recommend a minimum of 3 months worth per person in your family. Right now, you can save $150 off a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest preparedness company, proudly offering Ready Hour brand products because they're the very best. Go to preparewithjericho.com, get your $150 savings on their 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks totaling over 2,000 calories a day. You won't go hungry when you have this food. So go to preparewithjericho.com, save $150 on your 3-month food kit. That's preparewithjericho.com. Don't let your family suffer. Act now while there's still time. Go to preparewithjericho.com. All right, I'll wipe the lens. I don't touch the lens, so why does it need to be wiped? Let's see. Clean lens, is that better? It's not a tumor. Same person, different movie, Tammy. I wasn't so much into Kindergarten Cop. I wasn't much into that one. I saw it a few times. So does it look better? I wiped it off. Wiped like with the cloth? Yeah, Rick. I used the cloth. What do you wipe stuff with? I don't know. Does it look good now? Whatever. This is all I got, people. Do you want me to go out and buy a new laptop lens? This is all I can do. Much better. Thanks, Don. Don't technology shame me, people, okay? I'm going to get a new laptop. Don't tech shame me. That's not okay. This is a safe space. If you're going to be play, go somewhere else. This is a direct quote from the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm not trying to be play, end quote. That's where I get that from. Sad state of affairs. Junior, yeah, we're living in Junior. Who said that? Mouse 2588. We are living in Junior. If you guys don't know what that is a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger made in 1994 where he was pregnant. Yes, he got impregnated somehow. I don't really remember. I haven't seen it in a long time. But he got impregnated and he was carrying a baby. I don't remember if he had the baby. That's all. I think I saw it once a long time ago. But thanks, Boomer Bear. But that movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant and he was living like a woman. He went to Lamaze classes and shit, all that. We're living in that now. They're telling us that Junior is real. They're telling us that some big ass brawny man can foster, nurture, grow, and have a baby. That at one time was a movie. We're living in Junior right now. I'm having contraction. Get it out of me. An Arnold Schwarzenegger movie has come to life. According to them, they're saying that even if you are a strapping Austrian man, you too can have a baby. And when the baby comes out, How are you going to feed it? You can't find any formula anywhere. Don't worry, sir. You can take one of your pets and give the baby milk that way because you are a chest feeder. That's right. Get your calcium from my milk. Remember in Pumping Iron said milk is for babies. Well, according to them, you can do it. You can go and have a baby, fellas. You know, talk about a sympathetic pregnancy. Now you can have the pregnancy for your wife. That's the ultimate hookup for your wife. Have the baby for it. Babe, I'll do it. Some beta male will do that. Some male feminist. I'll carry your baby for you, honey. I'll do it. Because men can do it now. So if men are carrying the babies, then who's getting the men pregnant? You mean vagina juice on your penis will get you pregnant? Because normally, even in the animal kingdom, down to the tiniest little animal, one animal has to get on top of another animal or behind it and go, eh. So who's doing that to the dude? You mean just putting your penis inside of a woman's vagina? That will get you pregnant. Somehow the vagina juices will get inside of you and create the baby. How does that even happen? How does that fucking happen? They literally say men can get pregnant. Okay, next question. How? Does the woman fuck the dude somehow? I don't know. But the only other way I can think of, because that's the only sex I know of that can get people pregnant, is there has to be a penis and a vagina involved. But if the dude is carrying the baby, then how does he get pregnant? Where's she putting it? You can't get pregnant through your chili ring. So how are you getting pregnant? The only logical explanation in a topic filled with no logic is that the woman's vagina juice, the stuff that makes her wet, right? Her moistness somehow gets in the man, on the man. I'm just trying to wade through this bullshit swamp. So somehow the woman's juices gets on or in the man. That's what makes the baby that we can now supposedly carry. Okay. Forgive me, guys. I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, I went to public school. Okay, Rabu, but swallowing what? Does she have to secrete something in your mouth? Does she secrete it somewhere else? Deceptive. I'm sorry, the comment jumped. I didn't see the rest of your name. Deceptive Autobot, osmosis, I guess. And that's where, so if she gets it on you, if the woman gets her juices on you, right? It's like lotion. Do you rub it in? She puts her secretions on you, I guess, and it's a topical thing. Fuck, who knows? I guess they didn't figure that part out. They just said, yeah, men can do it, and no one thought of why. Miss S66. Do trans men get monkeypox? I don't think so. Well, we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the monkeypox. And why are you calling it monkeypox? Shouldn't we be calling it something like, I don't know, pridepox? Well, we'll get into the numbers. We'll get into those pesky numbers later. MyGreenGear.com, JerichoGreen.net. I just recorded a video that you will only find on JerichoGreen.net. And I'm going to start doing videos like how I used to, like a regular video, 10, 15 minutes or whatever, every other day. So I'll be doing both the lives and the videos like I used to. And this weekend, Friday and Saturday, I won't be here. So I'll have a slew of videos ready for you, but I'll be taking the kids to a water park near where my mom lives. So doing that family activity, wrapping up summer. Summer's almost over. Kids going back to school. fucking early August. Remember when we used to go back after Labor Day? But so we're doing that this weekend, and then the following weekend, the first weekend of August, my best friend and I are taking our boys camping. So, but we'll get to that. We'll talk about that later. Then I got some stuff coming up with the guys who are doing work in the Rippaverse. If you know what that's about, I got in contact with some people. Shout out to my man Gabe and his brother Abe, Dave Williams. Working with those guys. Stuff in the works coming down the pipe or the pike. Is it pike or pipe? I say it's pipe. But some stuff in the very near future with them. We'll be talking about that at a later time. But that's my schedule for the next 2 weeks. So Friday, Saturday this week, I won't be here, but I still got some shit for you. And the first weekend of August, we are going to be going camping. So yeah, let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. So you saw the title. I love that thumbnail. That's what you get if you Google gay monkey. That's what one of the images that will come up. I love it. It's fucking hilarious. And when we get into talking about that, if you're in the comment section and you happen to be gay, tell me what you think. Do you agree with some of the things that I'm going to say? Am I way off base? You tell me. But yeah, you saw the thumbnail and the title. The title is Pervert Adjacent. You're like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, I'm going to tell you. So the head of the CDC, she was being interviewed by someone, and she talks about how 2 children have come down with or have been infected with monkeypox. Now, we know pretty much the only way that you get that. So how did 2 kids get it? And she said that these children were adjacent to people who engage in gay sex. Like these kids were just near a couple gay dudes and it jumped on them. She didn't want to come out and say what really happened. We're going to come out and say that today. Come out and say it, no pun intended. We're going to say exactly what happened today. And I got some numbers that are going to make your jaw migrate to the floor. Hopefully you get it up soon. 5-second rule. Don't leave your jaw on the floor too long. So yeah, we're going to talk about that colossal bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, Al Gore is a human turd. We're going to talk about that asshole. I know you haven't heard about him in a long time, but we're going to talk about what Al Gore said. Michigan just said, fuck it. Michigan said, you want to urinate, defecate, and litter on the ground? Do it. Because it's for equitable change. Whatever the fuck that means. So for the sake of equitable change, you can urinate, defecate, and litter in public in Michigan. See how those 2 things connect. And just in case you were going along your day, having a good time, thinking that all the bad people were locked away serving hard time like they should be. Yeah, Butters, that's right. Man, Bear, Pig from South Park. Shit's hilarious. That was the last time I saw Al Gore. But you're thinking that all the bad guys who have been sentenced, they're doing hard time being punished like they should. Oh, no. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's girl, she's having a great time in prison, guys. She got moved to a medium security facility. She's enjoying a lot of cool things, and she is having a great time. Now, you might be thinking, well, those girls, they're probably still dealing with the trauma of being molested and raped by those men when they were underage and blah, 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 guys. It's not about them, okay? It's about making sure that Ghislaine Maxwell can take yoga classes. That's right. And I want to talk about Matt Gaetz, who is probably my favorite human being after saying what he said about the women that attend abortion rallies. Find the lie. And just to get things started, just to let you know where we stand. As of 12 hours ago, our let's see. Our grandpa in chief, I had to write something down before I forgot. Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Groove is in the heart. That guy, as of 12 hours ago, he said, and I quote, "We're not going to be in a recession, in my view," end quote. So just know he's on the case. Everything is going to be fine. If he says there won't be a recession, then damn it, there won't be one. So old eagle-eye Biden is on the case. Don't worry about shit because he said, oh, I'm sorry, let me do it authentically like he would. Senile old man, can't get through a sentence. Here we go. We're not going to be in a recession, in my view. End quote. So just so you guys know, nothing to worry about. Go ahead, lay your head down on your pillow tonight and sleep like a baby. Because Biden's got it. Guys, you know how we kick off each live stream with a segment I call Good Gun. This is where a good person, exactly, Lactanin, repeat line, where we talk about a situation where a good person did a good thing with their gun, because a gun is but a tool. It can only be used for what you use it for. You can shoot something, you can shoot someone, you could crack walnuts with it, you could beat somebody with it. It just depends on what you want to do with it, because it's a tool. It's not the tool itself, it's the person wielding it. But we talk about situations where people do good things with their gun, hence Good Gun. The title of this article, California homeowner shoots and kills armed intruder who kicked down door. Can't be doing that shit, dog. Fairfield, California. A Northern California homeowner fatally shot an armed man who was on parole for guess what? Guess what he was on parole for? Home invasion. After he kicked the door down, kicked the homeowner's door down. On Tuesday, a piece of plywood covering the front door of the home on Vintage Valley Drive in Fairfield is the only sign that something happened. Side note, I always think it's weird. Why would you give the people damn near give their address? You just gave the name of the street and the town. Why do they do that? Anyway, I'm kind of blown away, neighbor Nathan Biggs said. I've lived here all my life, 18 years, probably the most eventful thing that's happened in this neighborhood. Police said the couple in the home were having breakfast. So you ain't safe at no time. You better always be on guard. You better always be on guard, because all these stories I've read take place at 7 in the morning, midnight, 4 a.m., now breakfast time. Just always be on guard. Carry your shit around the house. Said they were having breakfast when they saw an unknown man through their Ring camera who knocked on the front door. The homeowners didn't answer, probably because they were eating breakfast. The suspect did ultimately kick the door down, kicked it off the hinges, and attempted to make entry into the home, said Fairfield Police Department's Lieutenant Joshua Jacobson. The homeowner defended themselves, fired rounds. The suspect ended up fleeing, and the homeowner obviously called us and asked for us to come and help. Police say the homeowner fired 2 shots with his handgun. When officers arrived, they found the intruder across the street suffering from at least 1 gunshot wound to the chest. Despite the first responders doing CPR, the man died at the scene. He was in possession of a semi-automatic handgun that was loaded with an extended magazine. Uh-oh. There's 2 people you don't want to see at your front door. It's and oh. Because you're telling us we can't have extended magazines. Well, obviously, the criminals don't give a shit. They don't give a shit so much that this guy was on parole for doing the thing that got him killed. And he had an extended magazine. So if they got the extended magazine, why don't we get the extended magazine? We should get an extended to the floor magazine. Because obviously we need it. The fact that these people were in their home and eating breakfast did not stop this fool from going inside there. And as I said before, I believe that there should be other crimes that you get a life sentence for, not just murder. not just compiling different crimes and adding up to a life sentence. There are some things you should get a life sentence for. And when you violate somebody's privacy and you break into their home, you should get locked up for life because you can't do that to people. Now those people don't feel safe. Who knows what kind of mental scars this is going to leave on them, on their neighborhood? You violated somebody's privacy. You're gone. You're not obeying the social rules. You got to go. There's a bunch of rape you should get life for, child molestation you should get life for, sticking a gun in somebody's face, robbing them, or a knife or whatever. You should get life for that. You can't go around terrorizing people. You're a terrorist. Are we not tough on terror? Terror? How did Bush say it? Terror? Aren't we supposed to be tough on terror and terrorists and terrorism? These are terrorists. They're terrorizing. There are many things that you should be able to catch a life sentence for. That is one of them. Because if he was locked up for life, well, you understand. DJ John T, thank you very much. Hi, Jericho. If I were to visit America, where should I go? Oof. I mean, Chicago is out the door. Same with San Francisco, Florida, Texas. Keep it up, man. Well, that's a great question, DJ John T. Where should you go if you come to America? Well, I would say, yeah, definitely Florida. Florida has a lot of freedom. You're free to do the things you want. It's beautiful. But this time of year, it is hot as shit. I don't know if your Swedish blood can handle the humidity that comes out of Florida. It's real. I would recommend Kentucky, Tennessee. Even though some of the states like California, when you get toward the water, that's where you get the crazies, the blue-haired, granola-headed dirt fuckers. That's where you get them. But you get inland where your food is grown, a lot of working class people, a lot of beautiful topography. So I would say inland California. You got to hit Vegas. You got to see American excess at its height. I would definitely say the South. You even got to hit like Montana and stuff. You got to see like the beauty that America has to offer. I don't know what your budget's like or what your time is like, but if you had to come to California, to America, and you can only hit one place, man, one place. If you came to California or America, why do I keep saying California? Well, if you can only go to one place, don't make it California. Don't do that. I would say, yeah, hit Florida. Because you do Key West. You want to see some white sand, some turquoise water. Yeah, I say hit Florida. Texas too. Texas is cool. Don't go to Austin. Yeah, but then again, like I said, Vegas. Vegas is lights, camera, action. So I don't know, man. There's a few for you. I don't know. That's a big question, but there's a few because I don't know if there's just one. Because there's not just one place that encompasses America as an experience. You really got to go to get around and see it. Because a big city somewhere is not going to be like the Midwest or maybe a rural part of that same state. Upstate New York is not like New York City. Like I said about California, LA is not going to be like, Tahoe. So, I don't know. Oh, I saw something up here I wanted to comment on. Oh, there it is. Joshua Morales says, Yo, Jericho, will you ever make a video on redlining and racism when it comes to housing? I don't believe it. I don't believe that happens anymore because it's not like, because everything's online and they don't ask for a picture when you send in your application. They want to know if they give you this money, are you going to pay it back? That's it. That's what banks are in the business of. It doesn't matter the cost of the house. Can you afford it? If we give you a loan for this house, you're going to pay back. Am I going to get my money back? That's all they care about. If they look at your score and see that, damn, you always pay shit back. I don't care if you black as midnight. If your credit score is 800, Guess who's about to get this fucking loan in a hurry? Is there anything else I can do for you, sir? Would you like a company hand job with this loan? If your credit score is high enough. If not, you're fucked. I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've had fuck credit. I've had really good credit. And I've looked like this the whole time. You got the credit, you got the money, you're going to get it. There's no redlining, especially now. Let someone have proof that they were discriminated against because of their race. What do you think is going to happen to that country? Company. So, me personally, I don't believe that happens on an institutional level. Yeah, you're going to have racist people on an individual level all the time. But I don't believe that redlining goes on. Fuck no. And if you feel you've been redlined, go to another company. There's a bunch of them. The beauty of competition. Shit, I don't give a damn what you look. You can look like you could be a black Quasimodo. That credit score is high enough. They're about to send you shit all the time. Want to up your credit limit? Would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? Anything we can do for you, sir? Love that credit score. Damn, looking good, 800. Yeah, that's all they care about is will you pay their money back? Yes, here you go. Give me my money back with a little extra on top. That's right, Sergio Mejia. They're not playing. They'll give you any damn thing you want with a high enough credit score. I've been there. I've went and got a car, no money down. How'd I do that? I walked in there so they could see me. You know they were going to turn me down. He's black, get him out of here. No, hell no. Could have got my damn feet rubbed in that fucking dealership if I wanted to. Crystal, somebody say happy birthday, Crystal. Crystal Williams, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Crystal Williams. What are you going to do today? Girl, why are you giving me a super chat on your birthday? Huh? Well, let's see. Oh, I already did it. Crystal Williams, thanks for the twomp. It's my birthday today. Shout out to me today. It's all about you guys. It's not Tuesday. It's Crystal Day. Okay? Aren't you in Texas, I believe, Crystal? Am I right? Am I wrong? Wherever you are, I hope you have a good day. I hope that you are surrounded by love and adoration. I hope that you have a good meal. I hope you have your favorite meal, whatever that is. I hope you get to be with your favorite people. And I hope somebody does something strange to your body tonight. Everybody deserves that on their birthday. Everybody deserves a special touch on their birthday. So I hope you get all those things, Crystal. But most of all, hope you're with us tomorrow after your birthday so you can work toward that next birthday. Happy birthday, Crystal Williams. So, what are we going to talk about first? Of course, monkeypox. So, hold on a second here. And I'm going to find, because you have to hear it yourself. You have to hear this weasel. You have to hear this, what would you call a sweezel? If a snake fucked a weasel, you call it a sweezel. You have to hear this sweezel talk. You have to hear the words come off of her forked tongue. Because what she says is absolutely crazy, evil, maniacal, diabolical. I mean, just all of those things and then some. So let me see if I can find that for you. I mean, man, oh man. Hold on, guys. I had it, but then I had a whole bunch of other shit up too, so I couldn't have them all. I can't wait to play that Matt Gaetz comment. That dude, he is something else. He is something else. He kept it way too real. Like, have you ever heard somebody keep it real? He kept it too real. Is there such a thing as it keeping it too real? Because if so, that's what that man just did. He was like, yes. And then the lady says, well, what do you say to people who might be offended? He goes, get offended. I don't give a shit. That's the kind of attitude that needs to come back. That's the kind of attitude that needs to be prevalent. We need to get back to that. Be offended. Sorry, everybody's not going to like everything. Like my dad would tell me, son, you can't please all the people all the time. So let's see, check this out.
Now, two cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community. And so when we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been what I call adjacent to the community most at risk. I should also mention, importantly, those children are doing well.
I'm sorry, miss. Those children are not doing well. They just contracted an STD from a grown man. They're not doing well. What is your standard of well? You hear how she worded that? Let's listen to that ghoul one more time.
Seen now two cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community. And so when we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been what I've seen now two cases that have occurred.
Hold on a second. What the fuck is the men that has sex with men community? What does that mean? Say it, woman. Say it. Did you know that 99% of the US cases are gay men? 99%. Where the fuck does the monkey come in here? 99%. So all of them. But you're going to call it the men who have sex with men community. And she said they're adjacent. These cases, the boys were adjacent to the men that partake in this kind of activity. Adjacent. Teenagers sneaking out of the house in the middle of the night don't tiptoe this well. Parents with a sleeping infant don't tiptoe this well. Ballerinas. There are ballerinas looking at that woman going, damn, girl, you know how to tiptoe. Oh, and by the way, those kids are doing well. No, they're not, you fucking lying monster. No, they are not. They won't be doing well for the rest of their lives because of these fucking perverts. It's like when you're at work and they call a meeting. What's the worst thing you ever hear at a job meeting? Anybody got any questions? Fuck. You know, somebody or a handful of dummies are going to have the stupidest questions you've ever heard. But it's like when you have a meeting at work, a store meeting or an office meeting, and they're telling the whole office or the whole group of employees about some shit that you know two of those motherfuckers are doing. Why you got me here in this stupid ass meeting and we all know the names of the two assholes that this meeting is about? So why don't you call them into your office one by one and talk to them instead of wasting my time, because I don't do that stupid shit. I don't do the stupid shit that you're having this meeting for. So why are you telling me? Why is the CDC acting like the entire country has this problem and has a chance of running into this or chance of contracting pridepox? Why do they act like we are all at risk and we are not? There's only one way you're getting this shit in America. The rest of the world, I can't help you. I don't live there. But where I'm at right now, my spot on the map, these continuous 48 that I reside upon, there's only one way you're going to get that shit. So if you abstain from that activity, you don't got to worry. So instead of calling all of us into your office for this meeting, call them. Why don't you come out and say what the fuck you need to say? Hey, gay dudes, let's chill, huh? Let's get this under control. Why don't you guys stop getting your bathhouse on, stop getting your raw dog on, so we can get this shit under control? Why don't you treat them like adults who can handle personal responsibility? And why didn't you talked about these dudes, these child molesters, these child rapists, like they didn't do anything wrong. No, they were just adjacent to men who partake in this lifestyle. No, some sick motherfucker raped these boys and infected them with this STD, because that's what it is. It's an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. Not a cough in the air disease, not a shake your hand disease, not I touch this surface, you touch it after me disease. There's a particular act that you need to do to contract pridepox. And I call it that because Pride Month ain't about that shit. That's a lie. And telling us that we're susceptible to this is also a lie. The men who did that to these little boys, they need to be barbecued. Partner with Weber, Traeger, whoever, partner with them. Let's get a life-size grill. Because people who do this to children need to be slow roasted. Like brisket. Was that 13, 14 hours? I want them falling off the bone. I want you to be able to take their skeleton and pick it up and all the meat comes off the bone. Pulled pork. We can call it the pulled pork treatment. I want them at pulled pork status. Because that is horrible. To rob a child of their innocence. You need to pay in the worst way possible. Oh, well, both cases, the men, they were adjacent and they were from the men who take part in the men on men. Whoa, why are you going around the block to get across the street, you fucking crook? You're just like Klaus Schwab. You're an elite ghoul. Stop tiptoeing around this shit and let's get to the meat of the problem. Talk to the people who are causing it. Don't waste my time with this shit. Don't lock me down because you don't want to say what you need to say and do what you need to do. You locked down the entire fucking country. You can't lock down the Blue Oyster for a while? What's the problem? You think there might not be a portion of the gay community that don't want to catch this shit either? Bottom line, there's only one thing you can do to get that shit in America. Talk to them, not me. And those poor little boys, they're ruined. They are damaged goods because of these two fucking beasts. I'm sure we can find something. Yeah, none of miser. LGBTQ. Let's do it. Pulled pork. That's what you deserve when you harm a child like that. When you change the trajectory of somebody's life against their fucking will. Why? So you can do something weird? Man, you take some gravy and pour it on his nuts and put him in a cage with a coked up Wolverine. Arr, arr, I want him clawing and biting at that shit. I want his crotch to look like carne asada when that Wolverine is done. Because that is what you deserve. Not, oh, I don't want to say, say that shit. There's only one group that gets the pridepox. Not all of us. 99% of all pridepox cases in America come from one group. Now, is it so bad that we point that out? Don't we all want some of this equality they keep talking about? Equality cuts both ways. It's not just fun shit and stuff I get to do. You got to take responsibility. And stop telling all the rest of us about this bullshit. I don't got to worry about no damn pridepox. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. But somehow or another, they want, remember during Pride Month, oh, no, do your thing. No, yeah, do your thing. It would behoove them for this shit to spread. Because then they can get to locking down. Down in LA, they're already talking about doing indoor mask mandates again next week. Again? I thought you said it was good. It came back? What variant is this? Is it like Omicron? That wasn't shit. So I don't know, man. But can you believe? No, you're gonna listen to this shit again. Hold on a second.
2 cases that have occurred in children. Both of those children are traced back to individuals who come from the men who have sex with men community, the gay men community. And so when we have seen those cases in children, they have generally been what I call it
generally
to the community most at risk. I should also mention, importantly, those children are doing well.
Shut the fuck up, you lying monster. Generally, there's only 2 cases, dummy. What do you mean generally? In every case, you should have said in every single case, it was connected to the alphabet soup group. All right, guys, quiet. Listen up. The birthday girl is speaking. Crystal Williams, again, thank you for the Hamilton. Those men need an old-fashioned, you know what? That's right, an old-fashioned barbecue pit. Pulled pork. Now, how many times do you think that shit would have to happen before they said, you know what? Oh, we shouldn't do that no more. You hear about Steve? He got thrown on the Weber last month. Oh, shit, really? Yeah, man. Put them giant Kingsford charcoal briquettes under his ass, and it was over. You could hear him screaming from under the lid. Well, you got to put the lid on it to slow roast, you know what I mean? Low and slow. Max Bang. Bet the ladies love you. Thanks for the Hamilton. The CDC chair is now complicit in sex crime cover-up. Sounds like it to me. You hear how she was tiptoeing around that shit? They generally, come, Sound like a bad cell phone connection. The fuck are you talking about? Say it. Poor kids and poor little boys. They're ruined. You don't walk away from this unscathed. Generally speaking, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's the problem. You're worried about people's feelings. They'll be all right. Never got your feelings hurt before? You don't have any older siblings? You got one of those? I guarantee you got your damn feelings hurt. Mouse 2588. Thank you for the Hamilton. On the topic of men having babies, it's simple, Mr. Green. Biological women transition to become transgender men and they can become pregnant. The dilution is that the trans men are real men. Nope, wrong. Exactly. It shouldn't be that confusing. It shouldn't be that hard to get to. How are babies made? Oh no, well, these guys, she has to transition. Shit's crazy. Don't make no damn sense. Just a man evaluating stuff. Thank you. At least 181,000 or 181 K through 12 educators charged with sex crimes in 2022 already. We're not even done. We got 5 months to go. Why do we not know their names? How come they're not saying their name? How come their faces aren't plastered all over everything? So we can know why should we not know where the perverts are? All these bullshit newscasts every day should end with the faces of all the perverts we found today. Alexi Reed, thank you very much. Hi, Jericho. The globalist / leftist next new toy is climate scaremongering and farmland taking over. Bill Gates, China, they're buying that shit up. How are we selling farmland? How are we selling the most lush and fertile farmland on the planet to our worst enemy? When's the last time you sold something to your worst enemy? Oh, I know. Never. Because they're our worst enemy. Well, I'm telling you, man. It's hard being a regular person. The Death Machine. Hi, Jericho. I agree with you on the trans thing, but the LGBT need to call the bad apples in their community out. These perverts, hold on. Comment jumped again. These perverts and dumbasses give the LGBT community a bad name. Yeah, they should be calling these fuckers out. I don't think anybody wants them in their group. And not all gay people are perverts. But they're sure giving them the microphone and the spotlight. That's for damn sure. On to the next topic, shall we? But first, friends, American farmers recently warned about coming food shortages. They're not going to be able to grow enough food this year because of an off the charts fertilizer shortage. That means you need to stockpile emergency food if you don't have some. Get the recommended minimum of 3 months worth per person in your family. Right now, you can save $150 on a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest preparedness company, proudly offering Ready Hour brand products because they're the very best. Go to preparedwithjericho.com, get your $150 savings on their 3-month emergency food kit. The kit provides breakfast, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks totaling over 2,000 calories per day. You won't go hungry when you have this food. So go to preparewithjericho.com, save $150 on the 3-month food kit. That's preparewithjericho.com. Don't let your family suffer. Act now while there's still time. Go to preparewithjericho.com. All right. And mygreengear.com, jerichogreen.net. So who's next? Oh, real quick. Let's talk about Representative. Is it Representative Matt Gaetz? I believe so. Let's see. AKA my hero for the day. Yeah, Representative Matt Gaetz. This is a wild boy here. And man, it's not like he's saying shit that you're like, wait, what? Nah, he's saying like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Again, all this stuff that a lot of the things people talk about, it's not like, wait, I've never heard that before. No, it's like, yeah, no shit, man. If you got eyeballs, what he's saying is true.
Say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Hold up.
Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
Yes, that's right, Representative Matt Gaetz. The truth. You look at the footage from these abortion rallies, and it's a bunch of women who don't have to concern themselves with an abortion. It's a bunch of thick, ringed, purple-headed, wild, crazy bitches. Or it's some pink-haired lesbian soccer player. You're a lesbian. Dick is not in the equation. You're not going to get pregnant. So why are you talking about this shit? Most of the women at these rallies, you ain't going to get pregnant. You think you don't want to get pregnant now, but once you're kept awake and you're squeezing your pillow around your head at night because you can't fall asleep because of that meow, 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 the 15 cats you got and your house smells like cat piss, then you're going to want some kids, but it'll be too late because your ovaries will be powdered. There will be a barren wasteland with tumbleweeds blowing across your ovaries. So the women who are at these abortion rallies talking about my body, my choice, you damn right it's your body and nobody else is going to choose it. That is true. They are ugly and overweight, and if you don't agree, then either you're dumb or you haven't seen the footage. Be offended. Mic drop. Shout out to you, Matt Gaetz. I know you're watching. Free to come on here at any time. And don't worry, guys. He's back. Mr. Al Gore. I'm Al Gore, and the world's going to end in 5 years. Turd, one of the weirdest looking people to ever be in the White House. He is a weird looking son of a bitch. He looks like a big woman. If a big woman, like a big Norwegian woman, some 6 foot, like 200-pound, thick woman that'll be right next to you pulling that plow. That's what he looks like if she got a haircut. He looks like a big, thick lesbian. Al Gore. Now, what I think is, watch this shit. The nerve. The unmitigated gall of Al Gore to say what he did. Fucker. But no tragedy will go to waste. They must stand on the as many corpses as they can to be relevant. Hold on a second. Fucking Al Gore, you piece of shit. Yeah, here we go. And this is coming from CNN.com, so it's drenched in truth. So, former Vice President Al Gore on Sunday likened climate crisis deniers to the police officers in Uvalde who failed to take action as 21 school children and teachers were gunned down in their classroom, saying they heard the screams and they heard the gunshots and nobody stepped forward. The climate deniers are really in some ways similar to all of those almost 400 law enforcement officers in Uvalde, Texas, who were waiting outside the unlocked door while the children were being massacred. Huh? Now, no matter what you think or feel about the police officers involved in that horrible situation, it is not okay for you to stand on top of those children's corpses and try to shine your climate change light that much brighter. Because you know what they're saying when they call you a climate change or a climate denier. What does that mean? What's the only other thing well known in our society that you would be called a denier? A Holocaust denier. So you're comparing the Holocaust to some made up bullshit to get you power. Climate change is not real. Man-made climate change is not real. We are not that important. We are not that significant on the planet Earth. We ain't shit. If the Earth wants us gone, we are gone. No traces. But they are so desperate to grab power at any turn. He's another one telling us this is going to be underwater. That's going to be underwater. We're all going to be dead. And here we are. And here you are, rich as fuck. Why they keep buying up houses? Didn't the Obamas buy a house last year? Waterfront property? I thought the water was going to be up to the Statue of Liberty. So which one is it? It's whatever gets them paid the most. Was it The Inconvenient Truth? Was that his movie? Didn't he make a shitload of money off of that? Did he donate it all to climate change? Did all the poor villages get water pumps? Huh? Did that happen? No, that didn't happen. That shit went into his bank account. And all these opulent mansions and compounds and shit that these people own, how much do you think it costs to keep it? Because it's the upkeep. It's not the initial purchase so much. It's the upkeep. What's your electric bill? What size is your house? Okay, multiply that by a 10,000 square foot fucking shopping center. What kind of a drain on the grid are they? And is Al Gore like Greta Gupta-Fergen Guggen-Friegen? No, he's not walking everywhere. He's not wind powered everywhere. He's not taking a bike. That fucker's on a jet. So when I come to talk to you about climate change, because I'm Al Gore, I'm going to be on a private jet that puts out more emissions in one flight than you do in a year of your little measly tax-paying life, because I'm Al Gore. Fucking crooks. But he's doing anything he can to get a ticket on the relevant train. And right now, the latest ticket is bringing up the mass murder of 21 people, 19 kids, 2 teachers, via the officers who were on the scene. Well, Al Gore, from all of the people in earshot, and maybe anybody who's not in earshot, maybe the people who aren't watching this video, but definitely from all 713 of us, I say to you, Al Gore, fuck you. You're a crooked piece of dog shit. How dare you? Again, the Voltron syndrome. They have to attach their bullshit ploys, their bullshit causes to other more important things. Case in point. Nobody gives a fuck about climate change. There ain't nothing we can do about it, but you have to attach it to this horrible thing. So people look over and say, oh shit, Al Gore's still alive? You ever have someone bring somebody up? You're sitting somewhere with a bunch of people and someone says, what about so-and-so? And you're like, damn, he's still alive? I thought he was dead. I thought he was gone. No, I'm not gone. I'm still here because I'm Al Gore. D, thank you for the Hamilton. These liberals push the rainbow rights to gender reassignment rights to children, freedom now, pleasure-based education. This leads to one solution. Yeah, remember Senator Twerk? Senator, I'm going to stand on my head as a grown woman and shake my labia, my butthole. Remember her? That's what she says. That's what she taught to her students, pleasure-based education. I thought you figured out pleasure-based education on your own. You're going to teach that in school? What the fuck does that look like? What kind of supplies they got to bring to school for that? Perverts. Perverts. Yeah, love is war. Ew is right. If you had to break it down in one word, ew. Heidi Booth, don't you do that. But really, yeah, what's going to be the tools for the day when they start talking about pleasure-based sex education? Oh, somebody had to do it. I know somebody was going to bring up, ooh, the vibe. Climate change is a vibe. Ooh, Al Gore. He's our special guest. You thought he was dead, but he's back. Ooh. Fucking sick. You sick fucker. Who else is here? Who else is here sending super chats? Huh? I'll find you. You can run, but you can't hide. I saw a video the other day. This deaf girl, she was signing and talking at the same time. She said to the dude in the wheelchair who stole my sweater, you can hide, but you can't run. That shit was laughs. She said, you can hide, but you cannot run, sir. You cannot. That shit was hilarious. Just can't laugh at that anymore. Anthony Hersig, thank you. The book of woke ideology is the only Bible allowed to be read in our K through 12 schools. Woke is the religion of the secular left. It is, and they treat it like one. Don't you dare speak against it or its leaders or its the martyrs that they worship. Don't you dare. Don't you dare speak against their religion. And if you do speak against it, it's not just a simple difference of opinion or you just don't like it. No, it's an affront. You want them dead. Very juvenile, immature way of looking at things, isn't it? Just a man evaluating stuff. Thank you again. It says on page 55 of the new gun bill, they stuck in a provision to further delay the implementation of a rule to lower prescription drugs. What the fuck? Delay saving Americans' prescription costs, very sneaky. And why is it in the gun bill? Shouldn't you have a separate bill for lowering prescription drug costs? Why is it tucked away in the gun bill? That's so shady. And page 55, I assume there are more than 55 pages because you didn't say on the last page. So why is it so big? What do you have to say in 55 pages? Good boy. I mean, shit. Are we just seeing this wrong? Is there something wrong with us? Because it seems very simple to me. Very simple. Oy vey. So, if you have a problem with not being able to find a restroom in time, maybe you got incontinence, maybe you have a severe case of like violent diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Maybe you have a fear of trash cans. Well, if that's the case and you just can't seem to make it to a bathroom, maybe you're a lady and your bladder is the size of a teacup and you have to go pee every 10 minutes. What's with that, ladies? You got cold feet and small bladders. Maybe you suffer from some of these or all of them. Maybe you suffer from one or two, all of them. It doesn't matter. There's a place for you. There's a place for you to go if you just can't make it. If you can't make it and you want to piss on the ground, or maybe you're drunk, or maybe you just like to piss out in the open. Maybe you just like to pull your dick out or your vagina out in the bright sunshine in front of everybody. Whatever it is. Maybe you like to take a shit in public. Maybe you can't shit indoors. If there's a roof over you, I don't know, if something happens, you get all crazy and sweaty and you get anxiety. And you got to do it outside. Maybe you just like the shit outside. You like to show your butthole to the general public as feces comes out of it. Whatever, guys, there's a place for you. Maybe, like I said, you have a fear of trash cans. You have a trash can phobia. They make up all other kinds of stupid phobias. Why can't we make one up about trash cans? Maybe you don't like trash cans. You don't like their cylindrical design. Maybe you got thrown in some as a kid from a bully. You don't like trash cans. You want to just throw your trash on the ground. There's a place for you. That's right, guys. There's a place in America, the beacon of the world, where you can piss, shit, and litter in public at the same time if you want. If you're taking a piss and a shit and you want to ball up your candy wrapper and throw it on the ground simultaneously, you can. What is this place called? It's called Utopia. Psych, it sounds like Utopia. It's called Michigan, the state of Michigan, the same state that brought you Detroit and Rashida Tlaib, one of the four whores of the apocalypse. Yes, that's right. No more holding onto your trash till you get to a trash can. No more telling your kids, hey, don't throw that on the ground. Wait till you get to a trash can or give it to me so I can put it in my pocket. No, Peter Parker, it's not Portland. It sounds like the West Coast. I know. It sounds like a Democrat-run city, and it's a Democrat-run state. But now you don't have to worry about making it inside or can I make it? Am I going to have shit running down my leg? Let it run. Because in Michigan, for equitable change, you can do that. It'll make you feel equitable if you piss and shit on the ground and throw your trash on the ground. How does that work? What does it have to do with equitable change? You don't want people of color being arrested for pissing and shitting in public and littering? So you're just going to let them do it? As the mayor of Baltimore said at the time, let them destroy? What? How is that a thing? How are you allowed to make that legal? So you want to state what Ghost of Josie Wells, those are no longer potholes, those are toilets. So you want to state where people are free to urinate, defecate, and litter. So what's that going to look like? What's your state going to look like when you're free to shit and piss everywhere? You think there might be shit and piss everywhere? That's disgusting. Are you tired of out-of-state commerce? Do you not want people to come there and spend their money? Because I guarantee you they won't if they can smell the piss and shit from the airport. What happened to water? What happened to drinking water in Michigan? Remember they talk about that? You can light the water on fire. The water, the tap water, the water. So they must have taken care of that if they have time to make laws saying you can piss shit and throw your trash on the ground. Matter of fact, if you want to do the hat trick, you can piss shit, wipe your ass with some trash, and throw that on the ground. Hat trick. So, Michigan, your water's taken care of. You guys good? You can turn on the tap and drink that shit with no worries? You must, because you're making laws like this. So all the chores must be done if you're here fucking playing around. That is some third world shit. I think I mentioned this before. I got a friend of mine, shout out to Caitlin. She's so good at teaching Chinese. She's American. She's so good that she went to China and taught Chinese people how to speak their own shit. Then she came back here, started teaching native Chinese speakers how to speak that shit right. Damn. She told me China's disgusting. People would routinely take their children's pants and Pampers down and let them piss and shit in the street. China schmina. We're doing that now in America, in Michigan. What the fuck? Can the standards be lowered anymore? If the standards go any lower, they'll be subterranean. Just a man evaluating stuff. Please email me your website. I don't know how I can do that, but my website is jerichogreen.net, and my email is jerichogreen2018@gmail.com. What do you think of that? Just a man evaluating stuff. Fucking ridiculous, man. Piss and shit wherever you want. Ogre, thank you. Thank you, Jericho, for being a sane voice in California, the golden shower state, for all the laughs and for the fine community you have built here. Yeah, man. It used to be the golden state. Now it's the golden shower state. You want to be covered in piss? Yeah, man. We got you. Oh, Ray W says it's pronounced water. Water. I mean, I'm just saying. Are we now not separate from the beasts? Yeah, Flint. That's right. Flint, Michigan has some water problems. You guys good? Must be. But there's no difference from us and the beast. Dogs and animals, they shit and piss outside in public. How does this come across your city council desk, the mayor's desk? How does it get to a point where someone says, yeah, we can do that? How do you not get this on your desk and say, what the fuck is this? Crumble that shit up and throw it away. I'm not gonna let you shit and piss in the street and litter. Come on, man. Andrea Viola, thank you. Let's go back to the days when pedos, crooked politicians, and criminals got deleted and nobody saw nothing. The time for the nice and compliance is done now. I agree. It's all about deterrence, punishment, consequences. When they see what happens, they ain't gonna do it. They can't handle it. But no, let them destroy. Eric Jones, thank you. So a dude I grew up with named Eric Jones. China is working with Mexico cartel to destroy us from within. Close borders and stop the fentanyl. No, they can't close the borders. Who's going to be their new voting bloc? Who's going to vote for them and keep them in power forever? In perpetuity. Who's going to do that? Not us. But if you bring in a new voting bloc and give them a whole bunch of free shit, they're not going to want that faucet turned off. They're going to keep pulling that lever. It's all about the long game. It has to be. Look how long these fuckers stay in politics. Nancy Pelosi's 82. Maxine Waters is 83. Dianne Feinstein is 91. They're in it for the long game. Term limits. That's how you get rid of these crooked fuckers. Term limits. But they want them in there forever. In their 80s, would you be wanting to do the job you're doing now in your 80s and 90s? No. When do you get to the part where you get to enjoy your life and not work and just do what you like to do? Isn't that the whole point of retirement? None the miser. Don't say that. That is a very play statement. You guys, I'm not going to let this go because I've asked you guys repeatedly not to be play, and here you go being play. Look at that. None the miser says Joe Biden is 184 years old. Sir, that is not necessary. That's a play statement if I've ever heard one. Don't talk about that poor man. It's not his fault. His brain don't work. And he's not 184, none the miser. He's 183, okay? Be accurate. Oh, boy. We're in trouble. Trouble. Heidi Booth, exactly. Hell no. I'd be enjoying all that crooked money. Yes, you amass these fortunes. You give your husband insider trading secrets. Nancy, you vodka drinking gargoyle, you liver spotted demon, you liver spotted demon with a bad liver. Enjoy that money. Are you saving it for your kids? They're probably going to take your crooked ass seat. Enjoy those ill-gotten gains. Remember when Biden said that? Russia, we're going to go after those oligarchs and their ill-gotten gains. Fuck out of here. You see that picture they posted with this fool? Oh, was it yesterday, the day before, where he's out on some lanai somewhere with his dog on the couch and he's dressed in a full suit, some sunglasses, and he's reading papers. You know that fucker was asleep. That's why they Weekend and Bernie that shit, gave him the sunglasses. His ass was like this. But it looked like he was awake because he's reading papers. Who reads papers with sunglasses on? And he wasn't out in the open sunshine either. It was a covered deck or something. So no need for the shades, Joseph. He was knocked the fuck out. They gave his ass some Centrum Silver and some damn melatonin. He was gone. He don't like the melatonin. He spits the pills out. So they break it up in his butterscotch pudding and they stir that shit. Couple bites, he's out. Alexi Reed, thank you again. Who are you excited more? Trump 2024, DeSantis 2024. I've been thinking that I like DeSantis more. You know what? I think in a lot of ways, him and Trump are totally different. I think Trump is going to be on some, like, it's time to pay kind of shit. Not so much for, well, yeah, I think he's going to have some get back for January 6th for the impeachments, for the results of the last election. So Trump's going to have a little vengeance in his eyes. And that's not totally bad because we're owed some of that vengeance too. And if he were to really just be hell-bent on draining the swamp and firing people and prosecuting, that would be cool. But I think DeSantis is coming at it from a different angle. DeSantis, he's never been president before. So I think he's going to come in with a lot of things that he wants to do. I think DeSantis is also, much like Trump did in his first term, but DeSantis is more of a polished politician. He's been doing it for a while. He knows the ins and outs of it. And not that Trump didn't, but that's not Trump's personality. He's not a professional politician. He's Trump who just happened to be elected president. I think DeSantis is not in a bad way, but he's more of a career politician. So he's going to be a little more polished, a little more couth, if you will. But either one, let's do it. Either one, let's go. I will take either one of them after a head injury before we keep this mush mouth, 3 aneurysms and a fucking embolism resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. People, we did great things, but I got work to do. My honeydew list is still long. Even though, how is it that I've done things on the honeydew list, but it's grown? Somebody tell me that. Tina Etheridge, you better stay out of Michigan, especially if you have open-toed shoes. Okay? But another live in the books, people. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST. You were great. I was great. We were great. Happy birthday shout out to Miss Crystal Williams. Girl, take it easy tonight. Don't go too hard in the paint. Tomorrow is only Wednesday. All right? But enjoy your birthday. Have a good one. Hope to see you here mañana. Thank you, everybody, for your time, your comments, your questions, your donations. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.